The Rapture Puzzle, Putting the Scriptural Pieces Together. Day of Atonement 2015, September 23rd or 24th, 2015, Judgment Day. Introduction. This book is being written for those who have been left behind after the rapture takes place on September 23rd, 2015. It is my intention to show you from the Scriptures that this event was scheduled and always has been scheduled for this exact date according to the Scriptures. I know what some of you are already thinking. I thought no one knew or could ever know the day or hour that the rapture would take place. I will address this in Chapter 8 of this book, and if you try to skip to Chapter 8 for the answers, you may not understand it very well. This book is being built word by word, line by line, chapter by chapter, to help you understand what the Scriptures are saying in regards to the day and hour, also known as the Day of the Lord. The Lord hid prophecies throughout the Old and New Testaments, like gems, waiting for us to find them and put them all together to see the whole picture of His plan for mankind. When we take just one piece or one scripture, we cannot see the whole picture that the Lord has painted for us so masterfully in His Word. Scripture interprets Scripture. We must put all of the Scriptures together, all of the pieces of the puzzle together, before we can see the whole picture. To take only one or two pieces of the puzzle and say that we can see the whole picture is just not true. We need all of the pieces in order to see the whole picture. I will attempt to make this book as simple to read and as easy to follow as possible, in case you are not familiar at all with the prophecies of the Bible. For those of you who have been left behind and who are well read in Bible prophecy, the main struggle you will probably have with what I've written will be how the days of tribulation can just be shortened from 3.5 years to only 1 year. This has also been my struggle as well. You will most likely think, how then can the prophecies be fulfilled that clearly say that the Antichrist is given 42 months to rule, and you are saying that this will be shortened to just over 1 year? Please remember that Scripture interprets Scripture. The Lord put this together like a puzzle, putting some of the pieces in Revelation, some in Daniel, some in Matthew, and other pieces just hidden throughout the other books of the Bible. The Antichrist being given 42 months is just one piece of the puzzle. You must put that piece together with Revelation 10:6, Matthew 24:22, Matthew 25:5, and Revelation 8:12, where we are told that the days will be shortened, the bridegroom will be delayed, and only 1/3 of the days and nights will be darkened. The Antichrist was to have been given 42 months, and the Great Tribulation was to have lasted for 3.5 years. But if the Lord had allowed that to happen, no flesh would have survived, as Jesus warned us in Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Even after just 1 year of tribulation, there will be few people left who have survived what is coming on the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Please see Joel 2:31, Malachi 4:5, and Zephaniah 1:14.
Wail, for the day of the Lord is near. It will come like destruction from the Almighty. Because of this, all hands will go limp. Every heart will melt with fear. Terror will seize them. Pain and anguish will grip them. They will writhe like a woman in labor. They will look aghast at each other, their faces aflame. See, the day of the Lord is coming, a cruel day, with wrath and fierce anger, to make the land desolate, and destroy the sinners within it. The stars of heaven and their constellations will not show their light. The rising sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light. I will punish the world for its evil, the wicked for their sins. I will put an end to the arrogance of the haughty, and will humble the pride of the ruthless. I will make people scarcer than pure gold, more rare than the gold of Ophir. Therefore I will make the heavens tremble, and the earth will shake from its place at the wrath of the Lord Almighty.
The sun will be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem there will be deliverance, as the Lord has said, even among the survivors whom the Lord calls.
The day of the Lord is spoken of all throughout the Old and New Testaments. The day of the Lord is the Sabbath day, or the 7th day of the week. It is the time for God's people to enter their rest. It is the 7th day of Daniel's 70th week, which is the last year of the final 7 years before Christ returns to the earth. It is also the 1,000-year new millennium, the final 1,000 years in God's 7,000-year plan for mankind. I intend to show you from the Scriptures how that the day of the Lord will begin on September 23, 2015, on the Day of Atonement. Most of you reading this book will be reading it after this date, and you will have been left behind. I write this for you, so that you can know for certain that what took place was actually the rapture, or great escape, mentioned in the Bible, and that it was not something else, such as an alien invasion or intervention of planet Earth by extraterrestrials. The Bible warns us that there will be a great deception that will happen at this time to try to deceive you into believing a lie about what has happened and is now happening on earth. Jesus wants you to be a witness to others so that they too can come into his kingdom and be spared from eternal wrath and suffering. You are now living in the final year before Jesus returns to the earth with his people to rule and reign for 1,000 years. Make the most of your time and use it to warn everyone you can of what is actually taking place and to snatch others from the fire. See Jude 1:23. God bless you, and we'll see you soon on the other side.
Be always on the watch, and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen, and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man.
For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion, so that they will believe the lie, and so that all will be condemned who have not believed the truth, but have delighted in wickedness.